just shuffled this on the last video and my phone stuff messed up. Pre-shadow of Mercury retrograde. Anybody doesn't know what Mercury retrograde does, it literally affects a lot of stuff. It affects electronics, it affects like communication. So if you see a lot of YouTubers and their videos start coming at different times, or if they have a hard time speaking correctly, or just communicating, or if maybe you misunderstand what they're saying, it's just a sign of the time. For it actually, this right now we're in the pre-shadow. It starts on the 26th or 27th, and it'll go all the way through mid-October. But in that time, expect anybody, like, say if you have exes that you didn't finish a karmic cycle with, expect them to return. Anyways, that's what we've got coming up. But for right now, let's get into our personal self-love. And this is the one that I shuffled and came out. And it says, play. Remember recess and play dates when we were a kid? As children, we recognize the value of letting everything go and simply enjoying ourselves. But too often, by the time we hit adulthood, our work-to-play ratio is completely out of balance. Playing is essential. Not only is it fun, but it also renews and refreshes us, helping us to focus on the more serious aspects of our lives. Your assignment this week is to play. And if you're one of those people who grudgingly participates in leisure activities and then spends the whole time thinking about what you should be doing, I invite you to engage your whole body, mind, and spirit in the playful activity you choose. This is kind of sounding like Cancer's reading, where someone is afraid to just, find the balance in between work and play. You can't be work all the time. You have to find time to play. Otherwise, it literally creates burnout. Okay, so your summit for the week. You are hereby ordered to schedule an activity that has no usefulness other than its enjoyment to you. Go bowling with friends, or perhaps get some art supplies and spend an afternoon expressing your creative side. Playing could also mean picking up a hobby you gave up in honor of being productive in the world. Is there an old instrument somewhere on the shelf of your garage? When was the last time you rode a bicycle, played jump rope or hopscotch, or put on your favorite music and sang out loud? This is a week to let your playful side out. Notice how your fun-loving attitude translates into the aspects of your life. All right, guys, so this is saying you guys are probably have worked a whole lot, or you guys have physically or mentally just overdone it, and Spirit's saying, okay, you work hard, I want you to be able to play harder. So have fun. Okay, so Spirit is saying today, your past is part of the richness and fulfillment of your life. And actually, again, I just did the Cancer reading, and that is part of the Cancer reading. I was talking about, everything that happens, everybody that comes into your life was there for a purpose, good or bad. They help you become exactly who you are. And they help you become a better person. Whether they're a better person or not, it doesn't matter. They don't have to be wrote into the story of your life. Write in the goodness that comes from it. All right, Spirit, what card from this deck, please? When discomfort becomes a friend, my most limiting beliefs are healed. It's befriending pain. Okay, that goes right along with that. Saying, the people that came in to hurt you are still there to come in to teach you something. Like, we can learn something from every aspect of our life, whether it is a happy moment, a sad moment, they're Spirit's telling us, we can take that, because as I've been saying lately in my past readings, it said, you know, pain sometimes is what is necessary to create your progress. Sometimes Spirit will have to allow you to deal with the pain that came from your decisions or your choices or whatever, but they're only allowing it because it's going to progress you. They don't purposely just try to go through and hurt you. They don't want to see you hurt. But sometimes, I'm going to say this. A lot of times we tend to blame Spirit. We tend to blame, God or the divine for the shit that goes on in our life. But really, let's be honest, a lot of the shit that goes on in our life is by poor choices on us or poor choices of another human being. And it has nothing to do with Spirit and the divine, because the divine and Spirit does not want to see you unhappy, does not want to see you miserable, does not want to see you hurt. So when we make choices of our own free will, because God gives us that, we make choices and we don't learn from it. A lot of times Spirit will allow that pain that comes from something to enter into our life, because he knows that it'll help transform us for the better, because Spirit wants what's best for us. Like that's why they lead and they guide us the way that they do, so that we get to where our purpose is. We come into this life and we have a purpose that we're supposed to fulfill. And, if we're not on the right path, sometimes we get hurt. It's kind of like, I'm going to give an example. When my son was small, we had went out to my sister's and the kids were going to ride four-wheelers. And my oldest son this was his first time actually driving the four-wheeler by himself, and he was littler. And we told him, we said, just drive this way, don't go towards the woods, because it was like a huge, like probably like a half an acre of just plain briar patch. And my son, he didn't listen, and because he didn't listen, he did something, and the four-wheeler turned, and the four-wheeler went straight through that briar patch. And I kid you not, it was the saddest thing I've ever seen, because it's like straight running through razors. And here's this little kid who's on this four-wheeler that's riding and doesn't know how to stop the best way that he can, because one, he's getting sliced up and he's going through these briar patches, and at the end his legs were all tore up, and he was hurt. And and us as adults, it reminds me of, like, I'm gonna be honest, it reminds me of my spirit guides. It's like I drove through that briar patch and I'm hurting, and my spirit guides were like, what did you do? And then they're having to chase after you, to get you out of this pain that you just put yourself in, because that's not the way that they guided you. You put yourself on that path, and here comes your spirit guides, like, following you to get you out of this. But it's gonna be the pain that you endured when they're picking you up and they're carrying you out of the path. And a lot of, like us as parents, we not only hurt for our kid, but us running through that briar patch all the way through, it still cuts us up and it still hurts us as well. That's why parents, always say it might hurt, it's gonna hurt me more than it hurts you, whether it's getting your butt busted or something like that. When your child gets hurt, it hurts you more than it hurts them. And God loves us 1,000 times more than we in the humanly form know how to love. So how do you think that God feels when we get hurt? He's not happy about it because it's going to hurt him the same, you know, it's going to hurt him more. And how you know that's true is that when Jesus was on the cross, when his son was on the cross, he had to turn away. He couldn't see it. In my mind, God's like, I can't watch this. The world has hurt my son, and I can't watch this because it hurts. And so he had to turn away. But anyways, let's get back into this. But just remember, you know, the pain that comes, it comes to teach us a lesson. And we learn that lesson. And sometimes when we're hurting, when we are, Spirit just said, you know, when we're depressed or something, when we're having bad anxiety, when we're having depression, when we just are feeling down, the one thing that can bring us out of this pain is to play, to be surrounded with people that we love, to be surrounded with people that genuinely care for us, not the shitty ones. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if you have some people that do not care for you, genuinely care for you in your energy, they are going to hurt your energy and it's going to make it worse. But surround yourself and play with the people that do have your best interest at heart, that are there for the right reasons. And this will help you, because the pain may come to progress you, but Spirit doesn't want you to stay in the mindset of pain. They want you to find the beauty that came from the pain. It's kind of like, you know, that song, the Christian song that says, you know, it brings beauty from ashes. Kind of like the phoenix, which amazing. Okay, so I don't know if you guys know, the phoenix has, we like, especially, you know, tarot readers and, you know, spirit guides and everything, we always refer to rising from the ashes like the phoenix. Well, the phoenix has always been thought of as folklore. Well, this week, literally this week, they actually uncovered a fossil which they believe is the actual phoenix that was spoke of, passed down through all the generations when everyone thought that it was a myth. And they actually have a fossil of it, and it's a small bird. They said it's the size of like a blue jay, and its feathers are long, and they believe right now that it is the mythological phoenix that everyone speaks of. Okay, let's see here. Let's pull a law of attraction card here. Okay. Okay, one please, Spirit, one. Spirit obviously wants you guys to work on a, oh my goodness, one. They want you to work on a lot. Okay. Alright, with the cards that kept popping up, that fell out. I'm just going to say this. I'm not going to go through and read them all. I'm just going to say this. A lot of times we tend to focus on what we don't want. Like, we see someone and or they come to us and say we don't get along with them, or we don't like them, or, you know, that their energy just messes with our demons or something. I don't know. But we tend to be like, no, I don't want that. I don't want that. Or I don't want this job. Or I don't want this to happen. Or I don't want to take this risk and lose out on it. Well, here's the thing. The universe doesn't, the vibes don't necessarily understand what we're saying when we say, I don't want this. All they know is that you're focusing on that one thing. And when you focus on that one thing all the time, over and over and over again, spirit, or not spirit, but the universe, with the law of attraction, you tend to draw it in. So if you're in the fear mindset, you will attract more fear. If you're in the love, you will attract more love. So just make sure make sure, to not focus on what you don't want, but focus on what you do want. Like, don't be scared of it, but just if you start to focus on the negative aspects of it, switch it around and start focusing on the good. Okay? And focus and do the same as before. See what was good that came out of it and not just the part that was bad. Okay, let's see what this card says. My uncontrolled thoughts are not to be feared. There is no reason to worry about your thoughts, for they are not like a loaded gun that may wreak powerful and instantaneous destruction, for you have plenty of time. As soon as you become aware of any negative feelings, to begin to choose other less resistant thoughts, and thereby choose a more desired outcome. Yeah, this is what I was just saying, kind of like whenever you start to notice that you're thinking about what you don't want to happen, that that gives you the chance to say, hey, this isn't what I want to focus on. I need to focus on the good and focus on the better outcome and what I want, because what you think about, you bring about. That's what I like to say. What you think about, you bring about. So don't think about the things you don't want. Think about the things that you do. All right, Spirit, what card would you like here? Whew, this card just hit me like no other. Okay, grief. Tears are what happen when the ice in the heart melts. Okay, this just hit me like so hard. Okay, I have a feeling some of you guys have just recently lost someone, or you have lost someone with an extreme amount of importance in your life. And I will say, I'm sorry right now. And I think that might be the part where Spirit is wanting to either speak to you for you to be more compassionate, or for you to understand, or for you to know it's okay to have fun and still love. Okay, and I will say this, because this is what Spirit's telling me right now. Okay, with this grief card, we all deal with grief in different ways. Okay, some of us don't like to think about it. Some of us like to think about it because we feel like if we stop thinking about it, it makes it feel like it never happened, or that it's not real, or that the love goes away. And Spirit is going to tell you that's not the truth. It happened, and there was love, and it always will be. Now, in this, Spirit is really wanting to push to tell you, however it is that you deal with this, to make this a more powerful and happy aspect, you do it. Don't listen to what anybody else says. The way that you grieve however it is that you want to grieve. But to the other people that are listening, if you have someone in your energy that is grieving, that say they want to talk about someone a lot that has passed on, that meant something to them. Okay, you need to understand people have this different, they react differently. And I believe the lesson Spirit's trying to teach people this week is about compassion and understanding, because some people, the way that they get through the process of grieving is to think about the good. And that does not mean that they're not over it, that they're just, stuck in this energy. It just means that there was such an overflow of love that they had for this person that it's still coming out. And they still feel that. And they should always have the ability to express how they feel and what they love and what made them happy, because they are just a person as you are. Or if this is you and you are the one who wants to express how something made you feel, whether you grieve in a good way or a bad way. So we all grieve differently. But Spirit is telling, with all the cards around this with grief, Spirit is telling you the way that you transmute this, and a lot of people have already learned, is don't focus on the fact that they're gone. Focus on the fact that they were there, and focus on the beautiful things that had happened. See, it says the past is part of the richness and fulfillment of life. Focus on the beauty. Focus on the thing that that person made beautiful in your life, and that is always a beautiful thing. If anybody in the world gets mad at you because you are expressing love, I'm going to tell you right now, it's because it's a trigger in their heart that they feel like no one loves them that much. Or they feel like they have never allowed their self to love someone that much. Or they feel they are unworthy, that if they had passed on, that no one would love them with the amount of love that you still hold for this person that has passed on. So, Spirit's saying today, if you are grieving, do so in the manner that it is the beautiful. I used to always say, there is something beautiful about everybody if you're willing to take the time to see it. And Spirit just said, if you've lost someone this week, be still and be silent and listen, because they're going to tell you something. Spirit's going to tell you something, not necessarily the person. Spirit is going to tell you something, and how you will know it is a sign from Spirit, you will see feathers, or you will see that person's name over and over all over the place. And especially, I heard your dreams. Pay attention to your dreams coming up within the next few weeks, because your dreams are going to have some kind of importance in your life. It could be, Spirit coming to tell you something that someone who's passed on needs to tell you. And when you get the dream, a lot of times we have dreams and they don't make sense to us. There is an app called Dream Moods, I believe, and it will help, or if you get a dream book, either way, but it'll help you translate what those dreams actually mean in our conscious waking. But I love translating dreams. But Spirit is saying, pay attention to your dreams. But they're saying, be still and be quiet. And, okay, so, yeah, just, that's all I'm going to say, because that's all they keep repeating that over and over again. Be still, be still, be still, be still. maybe there's someone who's going to come up into your dreams, and whoever it is that you're dreaming about is someone that was supposed to teach you something in this life, or someone that will teach you something, or you have the ability to learn something from someone that has passed on that you are grieving about. Okay. The oracle card for this week is Shield Your Energy, 32. Look beneath the surface, cleanse your space. Okay, and if you don't know how to cleanse your space, all right, see this candle right here? I get this candle because, one, it smells amazing. It smells like, I don't know, a sexy man. I can't explain it. But it is filled with sage, okay? And sage is actually one of the cleansers to help get rid of the negative spirits or the negative energies, or, you know, to get any evil spirits out of your area. And no, it's not sacrilegious. It's not anything like that, because if you read the Bible, you know, Jesus himself, that the wise men brought Jesus gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And if you don't know anything about that, every one of those things that they brought to Jesus were actually to keep away the evil spirits, to help protect Jesus's energy and to protect him on his path. Because, one, they knew that any person of God, or any person who is good, is going to be attacked more by the devil, because the devil does not want us to be happy. The devil does not want us to be on our path. He wants to block us so that God does not get the glory for the good things that happen. He only wants God to take blame for all the bad things that happen. Okay, anyways, back to that. So shield your space, because, one, in a lot of the readings that, or in a lot of the things I've been hearing, Spirits has been talking about people doing black magic. And if you have anyone, or you feel any weirdness, or you feel off, just protect your space. You know, get a crystal that you need, you know, that'll help protect you. And I have an Instagram, and it's earth_angels_tarot, and I will probably post up the different crystals you can get to put, you know, in your energy to help protect you, or to keep away the negative spirits, or, you know, any negative vibes that are sent your way. Alright, well, it says, the frog is a diverse amphibian. Living all over the world, the frog thrives in clean habitats. Its life is a process of metamorphosis from egg to tadpole, and then to adult frog. Frogs are often seen as the ultimate rainmaker, with the exotic to intrinsic sounds of their beautiful sacred song echoing through their native bushland. The slippery creature cannot endure a toxic environment and requires unpolluted habitats to thrive. In order for you to succeed right now, you must clear and screen your surroundings. Closely connect to the moon cycles. All right, moon cycles. We have a full moon coming up. I believe it's the full moon in Pisces, which is a sign of endings, which is also meaning pay attention to your dreams. Again, it's going to repeat. Pay attention to your dreams, because you may have a message coming through. So the full moon usually is the sign of endings and new beginnings. That's usually where a lot of people will put out water to become moon water, because you put out the cups of water, and just like at the ocean or the beach, the water is actually controlled by the moon. Though the moon pushes the water back in to purify it and cleanse it. So that's that's why most people put out the water for the moon. I've never done it. I think this one might be my first time. I might try it this one, and we'll see how it goes. I'll let you know. Because I really need some purifying right now, because I have went through a very hard, very traumatic year, and I could use some cleansing of the soul right now, or of the body. I mean, not of the soul. I've cleansed my soul. Now it's time to cleanse the body and get my body right. And that's what a lot of you guys should be focusing on right now too, which is, getting yourself right. Maybe your play is having fun, doing something physical, and it helps you. And a lot of people do not like to exercise. Here's the trade-off. There are many things that you will love to do that will actually get your body into great shape. That won't feel like you're exercising or you're becoming miserable. Like, I actually love dancing, and I love doing Zumba. And I actually was going to become a Zumba instructor before COVID and everything. Now there's no way in the world I'd be able to do it, which I've been starting to get a little more active, which makes me a little more tired. But it's amazing the transformation you can see just by dancing. Not only does it change your body physically, but sends your body endorphins, which hype up every molecule in your body, and it makes you happy. Especially if you can do it surrounded with friends, and you're dancing with friends, and you're laughing and you're playing, and the hour goes by and it feels like 5 minutes, and you literally just feel like you've just been dancing and singing with your friends, and you literally have worked out, and you're like drenched in sweat, and you end up dropping so much weight, it's ridiculous. So anyways, and that's another way you can cleanse all the negative out of your body, is through your sweat. A lot of people don't know this, but the way you lose weight, it's not through your sweat, it's through your breathing. You actually lose your weight through your mouth. That's why a lot of times when you diet, your breath smells bad, or you've got to brush your teeth more, because your body is expelling all this negative out of you, and so you've got to cleanse it and brush your teeth. So if you're not brushing your teeth, make sure to brush your teeth. I don't know why that's a big thing, but Spirit just said brush your teeth. Maybe your teeth are hurting. Maybe you need to go to the dentist. Okay. The frog encourages you to release your emotions in a healthy way, washing away any negative physical or mental energies that restrict you from having a positive and peaceful life. Encourage you to look deeper into the situation to find the truth of the matter. The frog will challenge you to release anything that is holding you back from success. You may be feeling swamped right now, swimming through the murky waters, but just like the frog, you may need a long rest to hibernate from others while you gather your senses and a fresh perspective. Okay, yeah, this is definitely aligning with Cancer, because Cancer got the bear and hibernating. So if you're a Cancer, please pay extra attention to this reading, because Spirit is talking to you. Right now, the gentle energy of the frog totem is requesting you to look deep beneath the surface. Not everything is what it appears. Influence from toxic environments is suffocating, oh my goodness, your natural gifts and talents that need to be nurtured. You require a healthy, supportive, and loving environment for you to grow and thrive as an individual. Now is the time to take care of your health, releasing emotions and examining your own energy and how you interact with it and others. Use the elements of water to unblock your energy field. as I just said, moon water, and create a smooth flow of Kundalini for personal healing and growth. Find your own sacred song. Call to others who share your passions and interests where you can support and renew your inner fire. Okay, and the crystal it has here is black obsidian. Okay, and your angel who is assisting you this week is Archangel Uriel, which will help clear your focus to provide mental clarity and shielding from negativity. And your affirmation for this week: I sing the beautiful sacred song of my heart, clear and loud for all to hear. Alright guys, so that's what I got for you today. So look beneath the surface. Maybe you guys need to okay, Mercury retrograde. This pre-shadow is rough. Look, maybe you guys need to declutter your space. And that could be physical things, or that could be people. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if you are thinking in a certain way in the positive aspects of things and people don't like it, or people get jealous, because not all people are for you. Some people want to see you fail. Some people want to see you do bad. And those are the people that you need to clear out of your energy, so that you can be more at peace. You know, like as I was saying earlier, if you grieve in a certain way, to where how you grieve is by remembering the beautiful things of someone that you loved, and someone is trying to put you down for it or whatever, like, you can transform that energy by letting that person know you love them just as much. And that when you love, your love never stops. So it's not the part of the pain that some people focus on. It is the love part. And it's okay to continue to love like that, as long as you are not holding on to the negativity of what happens, and you are focusing on the beautiful things that came, the beautiful times that you had, or the times that you guys played, or they made you happy. Because when you remember the good times and you don't focus on the bad, it helps uplift you. It reminds you that there was a more beautiful time in your life, and you always have the ability to get back to that. And one day we're working to get back to be with those people that we do love. We just have a purpose that we have to finish before we can go on. You got chores to do, and you can't go play until you finish your chores. And maybe this today was saying, if you've lost someone, they finished all their chores. They completed their path. They completed their journey and their purpose. And now it's time for them to go play in the heavens with the angels. Be in the spirit world. Because I'm going to tell you right now, the 3D world to me, since I awakened, it has not been fun. Like, I even came into this world like thinking, you know, this isn't necessarily where I want to be, but this is where I have to be. You know, because I have a purpose. I have something I've got to complete. I've got something, you know, I've got things I'm supposed to teach people or show people or something like that. But I've always, I don't know how to explain it. I've always felt it's not about this life, it's about what's coming next, I guess to say. That I work and I do what I gotta do, and so later I can play. And so if you've passed on, maybe this is Spirit telling you today, you know, you may be sad, but Spirit could be telling you, you know, don't grieve in the manner of looking at what was bad. Look, you know, be grateful and see the goodness that came out of the pain. It may be pain for us, but this person going through this pain have now passed through, and they have transformed, and they're at a place where they are in peace, and they're just happy, and they're just playing because they've done their work, and now it is time to reap their rewards in heaven, and just play and be happy and be at peace. I don't know why that just came out. I thought I was about to say I was done. Obviously someone needed to hear it, but okay, that's what I got for you. I think this is probably the longest self-love reading that I've ever done so far. And this one hits hard too. The fact that I actually made it through this reading without crying is a big deal. Okay, so for anyone who's lost someone, I am so sorry. But Spirit is telling you they're happy. So pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to the signs. Pay attention to the feathers, repeating numbers, anything like that. Because you've got messages coming through. Alright, so that's all I've got for you. I hope this helped. And let's make this an awesome week. Let's celebrate our victories and our wins. And let's not even focus on the things that we can't control. Because you know what? It's about to be Mercury retrograde. Full force. And if it's already pre-shadowed this strong, it's probably going to be a doozy. So forget about the things that you can't control. Because at this point, the planets are going to affect everything. Text messages are going to be messed up. You know, people aren't going to get their messages right. Things are going to come out later. You're going to miss your deadline if you're not in advance. So if you got something to do on Friday that is through electronics or emails or anything like that, I would suggest putting it through early and saving a backup of it in case you have to redo it. Because the planets will affect everything communication-wise, electronics, and all that kind of stuff. So that's your warning. Alright. Alright, I'm going to hush now and be silent. I hope this helped. And I will see you next week. If you hit the like and subscribe button down below and turn on the bell so that you get the notifications for next week's post. And the readings through the week. I'm back now. I feel a lot better, and I might still be a little emotional at times, but I'm here and I'm gonna help you guys, and I'm learning all of this right along with you, and I'm healing right along with you. So hopefully when we pass through this, we will have more knowledge to help the next season of those that are awakening, so that they can pass it on and we can break all these generational curses and heal our family bloodline. Alright guys, that's what I got for you. I hope this helped, and I will see you next time. Bye!